You know that old saying, when you marry someone, you marry their family? We've all heard it, right? But what happens when that family declares war? I mean, a full-on war. This movie takes that whole idea to a completely different level, showing you what it looks like when marrying the family feels more like stepping into a war zone. Okay, so at the center of this whole firestorm are two women, two incredibly strong-willed women. You've got the mother-in-law, Madame Rita, and then you have the fiancé, Peniel. And look, this isn't just a simple case of them not getting along. No. They represent two totally different worlds, two different sets of beliefs, just smashing right into each other. So let's break this down. On one side, you've got Madame Rita. She's the matriarch, and her whole philosophy is that women rule their homes. They dominate. When they speak, everyone listens. End of story. But then you have Peniel. She's a relationship coach, and her mantra is completely different. She teaches that women are the prize, that you have to know your worth, that you are the table. You can already see it, right? These two are just destined to clash. And the sparks fly from the second they meet. Literally the second. They're at the airport. Madame Rita is expecting this super traditional greeting, for Peniel to kneel down as a sign of respect. And what does she get? A polite, modern handshake. And for Madame Rita, oh, that's not just a social slip-up. That is a full-on declaration of war. And who's stuck right in the middle of these two forces of nature? Desmond, the son, the fiancé. He's completely trapped. He obviously loves Peniel, but he's been raised by Madame Rita his whole life. His struggle to figure out how to handle this, that's really what the whole story hinges on. And at first, you're rooting for him. Desmond really tries to stand up for Peniel. He sees how unfair his mom is being, and he says it, loud and clear. She's gonna be his wife, not some slave. He's not gonna let anyone silence her. And it's this great, powerful moment. You really feel his loyalty.
But here's the thing. Saying it is one thing, but actually doing it, that's a whole different ballgame. Desmond is good at defending Peniel in the heat of the moment, but he just can't seem to set any real, lasting boundaries with his mom. And that failure creates this vacuum where the conflict just gets worse and worse.
So because Desmond isn't drawing that line in the sand, things start to really escalate. What started as little disagreements, these clashes of ideas, well, they turn into straight up open warfare. And believe me, each fight is more intense than the one before it. The first really big battle goes down at a hotel. Get this, Madame Rita decides she doesn't like her room, so she just demands that Peniel give up her room. It's such a pure power play, right? Just a blatant attempt to show who's boss and to invade Peniel's space. And Peniel's response? It is immediate and it is absolute. She's not having it. She refuses. Because you and I both know this isn't really about a hotel room. It's about her refusing to be pushed around. She draws that line clear as day, showing she is not going to just roll over. Okay, so Madame Rita lost the battle over the room, right? So what does she do? She doubles down. She ups the ante. Now she expects Peniel to be a waitress for her and her friends. She's ordering her to take their breakfast orders in a hotel that has, actual waiters. And once again, Peniel says no. And she makes a really important point here. She's not just being difficult. She explains that this isn't about helping out family. This is about refusing to be treated like a servant. It's a demeaning act designed purely to put her in her place. She's defining her role in this family, not just fighting back. So all of these failed attempts to control Peniel just lead to this massive climax. Madame Rita, with her friends backing her up, confronts Peniel. The insults start flying, the verbal attacks just get worse and worse, until everything just hits its boiling point. And then it happens. Madame Rita just snaps and throws a drink right in Peniel's face. But Peniel doesn't even flinch. She doesn't back down. She just calmly picks up her own glass, says this absolutely iconic line, and does the exact same thing back to her. This is it. This is the moment all politeness, all civility just goes right out the window. It's, as she says, honor for honor. Wow. Okay, so after all that drama, what's the takeaway? Beyond being super entertaining, Wife Market actually gives us some really powerful, really relevant lessons for any of us trying to deal with tricky family stuff in our own relationships. So here are some of the big takeaways. First, and this is a big one, partners have got to be a united front.
Desmond's biggest mistake was not consistently having Peniel's back, which left her to fight his mom's battles all by herself. Another huge lesson? Setting boundaries is not about being disrespectful. It's about self-preservation. Peniel showed us that every single time she said no. And finally, the movie really drives home that love isn't just a feeling, you know? It takes real work. It takes commitment to get through the kind of pressure Madame Rita was dishing out.
And really, that's the question the film leaves you with. It kind of forces you to look at your own life, your own relationships, and ask yourself, where would you stand? In that tough, sometimes really painful battle between the person you love and the family you have, where do you draw the line? What does your line in the sand look like?